Next on MT10 News, one is dead after a fire breaks out in their Hartsville home. Plus, a robber is finally caught after a string of robberies in Nashville.
MTSU is a military-friendly university. We'll show you why so many are trading in their camo to become true blue later in the show.
MT10 reporter Jesse Grace tells us about how residents are fighting back against cancer. All those stories and more on MT10 News.
Rain, snow, sleet, or hail, see what the post office is going to be delivering your packages in this next week coming up. But your news starts right now.
Thank you for joining us this evening. I'm Brock Howard.
And I'm Ansley Helton. Welcome to MT10 News at 6:30. We have breaking news out of Trousdale County this evening. A fire in Hartsville took the life of a woman this morning. 75-year-old Juanita Jackson died due to injuries caused by the flames. Fire officials were called to a house on Highway 141 South where heavy smoke and flames were reported. Jackson, who was also wheelchair-bound, was the only person in the home.
After more than 40 years of involvement at MTSU, Sigma Alpha Epsilon fraternity will lose its right to Greek life. SAE started the semester on probation but has seen no improvements. Their house will be removed from Greek Row and residents will have to find somewhere else to live after winter break. A fundraiser for 2 local children fighting cancer was held at Barfield Elementary this Saturday. Reporter Jesse Grace has more on the story.
Thanks, Brock. The fundraiser was a chili dinner and all the proceeds went towards helping the families of 2 children, 13-month-old Sadie Smith and 11-year-old Kobe Lowe. The community has definitely stepped up to help this cause.
Just through the donations of the community, we've been able to provide all of the food here tonight, also the silent auction items. It's just been an outpouring of love from our community to put it all together.
Having a child with cancer has not been easy on these families. Vanderbilt Children's Hospital has become second home to these kids.
And did chemo and radiation in the hospital for about 21 days. And then we've had 5 cycles of chemo that have followed that. So we're about every 3 weeks we go to the hospital to have chemo.
Despite having cancer, Sadie's still a normal baby.
Just turned a year old. She's 13 months. She is trying to walk and she's scooting around the floor and she loves dogs.
Kobe is suffering from leukemia and his parents unfortunately could not be at the event because he's currently getting treatment at Vanderbilt. However, he still got a lot of support from the community. $5 was all it cost for a hearty meal that left a smile on many faces. Almost 800 people attended and $11,000 was raised, all of which is going to these families in their aid to help fight childhood cancer. Back over to you, Brock.
Thanks, Jesse. To follow their progress, Kobe and Sadie can be found on Facebook. Remember where you were because today is the first United Nations World Toilet Day. As funny as the day may sound, proper sanitation is actually a serious subject and a major global health concern. According to the UN, 2.5 billion people, that's 1 in 3 people in the world, don't have a toilet or access to sustainable sanitation. Diarrhea diseases are the second most common cause of death in young children in developing countries. The Secretary General says sanitation for everyone must be a global development priority.
After his political career ended in controversy, former vice presidential nominee John Edwards plans to go back to his roots. Edwards plans to practice law again. He released a statement saying he wanted to take on cases that change social inequalities through litigation. This is his first step back into the public eye since his acquittal on charges of campaign finance abuse. Charges followed the revelation that Edwards had fathered a child while having an affair. The former North Carolina senator received the Democratic vice presidential nomination in 2004. Running on the same ticket as current Secretary of State John Kerry.
The boys basketball team is absolutely killing it right now. Have you had a chance to check out a game yet?
Yeah, I have. They're doing great. Last night they were actually short one player. Sheridan, tell us more.
That's right, guys. The Middle Tennessee men's basketball team was short a player the past game. Marcus Terrence was arrested this weekend on a domestic violence charge. According to police reports, his girlfriend had scratches on her face as well as a swollen eye. She claims that Terrence had been abusive towards her for several months before she called authorities. Coach Kermit Davis has suspended Terrence indefinitely from all basketball team activities at this point.
So be watching that. Right now, this is our local satellite that we have. You can tell that it's kind of clear, and it's going to be a little bit of a chilly night tonight at a low of 32. It's going to be mostly clear with a 0% chance of precipitation. Tonight's lows include 30 in Waverly, 32 in Jackson, 32 in Lawrenceburg, 35 in Chattanooga, 37 in Knoxville, Tennessee, and like I said, a 32 here in Murfreesboro. Tomorrow's high is going to be 59 degrees, and it's going to be mostly sunny, so it's going to be a nicer day, but it's still going to be completely different than from last night at that 32. Tomorrow's high is going to be 61 in Jackson, 55 there in Knoxville, 58 down in Chattanooga, and 59 here in Murfreesboro. Your 5-day forecast is looking kind of different. You've got a cold front coming in, which is going to bring some rain on Friday and Saturday, but tomorrow, like I said, we're going to be at that high of 59, a low of 41 transitioning into that Thursday evening, a low of 50 that night, with 61 degrees on Friday with a 70% chance of rain. That cold front coming in and bringing that rain to us in the Murfreesboro area. High of 47 on Saturday, so it's going to get a little bit chillier, and it's going to continue to rain a little bit, and it's going to bring us down to a colder weather at 39 degrees. That's all I have for you guys today. I'm going to throw it back to you, Brock and Nansley.
With another school year ending, another one fast approaches. Certain things must be in order for prospective students to attend Tennessee public universities, ranging from transcripts, fees, and even certain vaccinations and immunizations. After recent events, state legislation has approved a bill that requires a student to get a certain vaccination. Reporter Montee Lopez explores more about this new bill. Monty?
Thanks, Ed. With the new school year approaching, certain health precautions must be taken, especially after the death of an MTSU student. Several students are worried about their safety. Although people support vaccinations, some believe that the option of taking that shot is being shoved down our throats.
I don't feel like anybody should be forced to take any type of vaccination if they don't feel necessary.
Shanae Whitfield is a current student at MTSU. She is a junior, and she's seen many things happen on campus. Free-spirited and open-minded, Shanae feels that nobody should be forced against their will to take medical precautions they aren't comfortable with just to attend school.
I mean, I don't know, it should be your choice. And if my choice is to come to MTSU, let's say if I came here because the RIM program is so exceptional, you know, I have to choose between whether or not I want to come here based on the vaccination when it shouldn't even come down to that.
These views are all in light of a new bill passed by the Tennessee House of Representatives called the Jacob Nutley Act. This bill would require that new students to any Tennessee public university to become immunized against the meningococcal disease, aka meningitis, if the student plans to live on campus. Jacob Nutley, who the bill is named after, died early September of last year from bacterial meningitis. Precautions were taken to ensure no other deaths or illnesses occurred as the disease is easy to spread. Shanae hasn't had any vaccinations other than the ones required at her application time. But she does feel very strongly about putting a needle in someone's arm. Does making someone get vaccinated affect your education directly?
I really agree with that. I guess in some way, shape, or form, I'm kind of in a gray area because, of course, I want to be, you know, protected and, you know, safe health-wise and stuff like that. But on another note, I don't feel like, you know, I should be forced to, personally, you know, if I was applying for application here at MTSU, I don't feel like that should be a requirement.
Now, the disease is harmless contact with another, such as sharing drinking glasses, can transfer the disease. Many people choose not to get vaccinated because of the fear that they will get even sicker if they take the shot. The Jacob Nutley bill has passed Senate and is now awaiting the governor to sign it. The bill will take effect immediately after he signs it. With MT10, I'm Montee Lopez.
Thanks, Montee. If you have any question concerning vaccinations, do not hesitate to contact your local physician.
Procrastinators, your time is up. The deadline for filing your annual income taxes with the IRS just passed. Agencies say 97 million American taxpayers have already submitted their tax forms by the 1st of this month. 90% were done electronically, and the average refund is about $2,000, down $40 from last year. If you've received your taxes this year, but you're not ready to file, you need to pay at least 90% of the amount due when you apply for an extension. You have late fees piling up until you paid in full.
April is National STD Awareness Month, and in order to become aware, one must be first informed. Many value their sexual health getting tested every now and then, especially knowing how easy it is to contract an infection. Reporter Montee Lopez did some research on our students to see how they handle their health.
But most students will be sexually active and
It's like having that talk with your parents about the birds and the bees. Awkward, yes, but some people have no qualms with answering the question about their sexual activity and whether they've been having it.
I guess.
Yes.
I'm currently celibate.
of those national numbers are that 1 in 4 college students will have contracted an STI by the time they're 25.
National numbers do say that, as the Center for Disease Control does say that people ages 15 to 24 could contract chlamydia or gonorrhea, according to a 2011 national report. According to the most recent report from 2010 from the CDC concerning Tennessee, there were 20,000 cases of chlamydia reported along with 7,000 cases of gonorrhea. These diseases are closely monitored and reported.
HIV is one that's required. Chlamydia and gonorrhea also require you to notify partners.
Now, how does this affect us here in Murfreesboro? 1,000 cases of chlamydia were reported in 2010, along with 200 cases of gonorrhea in Rutherford County.
Here in Tennessee, people ages 20 to 24 were most at risk for catching one of the STDs. The most affected demographic at this age number? African American women. Now, with that number, some women have chosen a better route, abstinence and celibacy, and for a very good reason.
Because I don't have to worry about whether or not I'm pregnant right now because I'm not ready for a baby. I don't have to worry about if I have any STDs or STIs because I don't have any sexual partners.
It's possible that the reported amounts of STDs could be attributed to Murfreesboro being a college town, with many students hailing from Memphis. Memphis, which is in Shelby County, is the leader with the highest STD rate in the state. If you are sexually active, it is urged you take precautions and protect yourself.
To wear condoms consistently every time you have sex. And we offer male and female condoms in different styles here at the clinic for free.
Reporting for MT10, I'm Montee Lopez.
Several students choose to go to their local physician for STI testing, but some college campuses, including MTSU, offer testing at a discounted rate. Even with it being a college campus, doctor-patient confidentiality is still in play.
A police sergeant in Florida is in trouble over his choice of shooting targets. Police Sergeant Ron King was fired after handing out shooting targets that resembled Trayvon Martin, the unarmed teen that was shot to death last year. The target shows a silhouette of a person wearing a hoodie, holding a can of iced tea and a bag of Skittles in a pocket. Investigators say King handed out the targets out to officers who rejected them. The police department issued an apology to Martin's family.